Welcome to an overview of the contract management module. This module is broken up into several subsections. One for maintenances, where we enter and maintain all our contracts, listings, updates, and reports. The most important one, of course, is the entry and maintenance of contracts. Here, if we query and bring up contracts, for example, this contract is number 1002. It's for Customer Photostop Express. It's a contract for a product which is an HP 5 laser printer. We have here the customer's purchase order number related to that contract, a serial number of the particular product that this contract is for. Then down here we have a description of the maintenance contract. We have a start date of the contract, the 1st of January 2001, and an ending date of the contract, the 1st of January of 2009. Here we have a tax that relates to this particular contract, which is picked up from the country of the customer. In this case, it's the UK. Even though he's being billed in Canadian dollars, the value-added tax in the UK is at 17.5%. Now, we may opt not to charge tax and let the customer pay whatever tax is due to his own government by removing that tax and nulling it out. Over here we have the number of billings that have actually taken place against this contract, which means at this point one has been done prior to this. The type of contract, whether it happens to be a monthly contract, in which case it's rebilled every month, or if it's an annual contract, it's rebilled on the anniversary of that contract, assuming, of course, that it has not exceeded the ending date of the contract. Here also we have the last billing date, the last time an invoice was issued against this contract, and a reference number of that order for that billing. Now, if we go to click on the detail button, we can see the actual information related to that particular order. And there's the order number. There's the information. It was for an HP LaserJet printer. The contract number was 1002. This is the serial number. The billing period was for, and if we double click here, we'll bring up a larger window with more information. The billing period was from the 1st of January 2001 to the 31st of December 2001. And then we also have a description of what that billing was for. So this gives us detailed information about the last invoice that was generated against this particular contract. Now, if we exit out here, it takes us back to the contract maintenance screen. If we wanted to see more information about this particular customer, we can click on this button to take us to the accounts receivable screen inquiry, which gives us all of the accounts receivable information related to this particular customer. Now, in this case, there aren't any outstanding invoices, so we can exit out here. Now, if we search for another invoice or contract, in this case, there has been no billing against this contract because both the last billing date and the last order number are blank. Here's one that does have. So if we click on details again, we can see the information related to that particular invoice. If we exit and go back into accounts receivable, again we could see any accounts receivable record that may be in existence for this particular customer, and in this case there aren't any again. So that's the maintenance and entry of contracts is done at this contract maintenance program. Now, if we go to the listings, what we have is contract listings, and this report will list all of the contracts that are in the system, and it'll list them by annual contracts only, by monthly contracts only, or you can select both annual and monthly contracts on the same report. We exit out of here and go to the updates. There's a contract invoice update. Now again, the update to the billing module or the invoicing module can be done in batches of annual contracts or monthly contracts. Now if we choose to execute this program now, we've chosen monthly contracts, it will create all billings for all contracts that are monthly for the month of February. So any contract that has not expired will automatically be invoiced for the month of February. If we choose the annual contracts, it will automatically invoice all of the contracts on the anniversary date of that annual contract, if the anniversary date is February, provided that the contract date has not passed expiry date. Now within reports, we have a number of reports. One which gives us a listing of all contracts by our expiry date so that salespeople can monitor which contracts may be due to expire and contact customers about renewing. We also can get a listing of all expired contracts, so again salespeople could go to the customers and attempt to renew those contracts. There is also a report that gives us the revenue projections for all the contracts that we have in the system. And I'll try to run this report, and it says what date do you want the projection to begin, and then let's say we pick today's date, which is the default date. We'll run this report to screen. Now this will go through all the contracts and give a projection for a period of 24 months, all the revenues that we expect to be generated from the contracts in the system. And here we are. For the month of February, the contract will generate $2,297.81. Now, this is in home currency. And in this column, we see the amount of money that we would likely lose because a contract will expire in the month of December. So these are all the revenues that are likely to be lost if those contracts do expire as expected or as indicated by the system. Home contract amount means the contract amount in home currency. The contract may be in pound sterling, but because our home currency may be US dollars, the system will convert that pound sterling at the most current rate to our home currency. So this gives us a total of the revenues that we will likely receive for all contracts that will be in effect right up to the 31st of January 2003, and it'll also give us a list of all of the revenues that we are likely to lose if some of those contracts are not renewed and they do expire. So let's get out of that. Then the other report we have is contract revenue projection report by customers. It will give us the same type of revenue projection, but it will give us in customer sequence. And that's basically an overview of the contract management system. Thank you.